Hello, here we are with an unboxing of the HTC One SV, the latest handset from HTC and the first 4G LTE unlocked handset from HTC. So this is the white variant we've got here, but it is available in other colours including blue. You've got the eco-friendly packaging that we've come to expect from HTC. It's also known as the C525u. It's been made in Taiwan, and as you can see here, we've got 99% of this packaging is recyclable. So in terms of specification, well, sort of standard specs here. You've got Android operating system with HTC Sense. You've got a Qualcomm S4 1.2 GHz dual-core processor, micro SIM, 8 GB of storage, 1 GB of RAM, micro SD slot, 4.3-inch display, Beats audio built in, HTC image chip and 1080p video recording through a 5 megapixel camera, autofocus LED flash, front facing camera at 1.6 megapixels, and then we've got 3.5mm headphone jack, micro USB, Bluetooth 4, Wi-Fi, AGPS, GLONASS, NFC, and the LTE on the frequencies 800, 1800 and 2600 megahertz. So without further ado, let's actually get this unpackaged and show you what's in the box. So with the outer sleeve removed, we can open up to find the HTC One SV, and some of the features are pointed out on this sort of plastic covering. We'll come back to that in just a moment. In the package we've got some seals, we've got a very quick start guide to show you how to insert your micro SIM into the device, etc. We've got a warranty statement, safety and regulatory information, cardboard packaging. Because this is the white variant, we've got a white 3-pin UK mains adapter with USB connection on the top of it, into which we can connect this, the white USB to micro USB cable, so this can connect to the computer or to the mains power adapter. And then we've got a set of in-ear 3.5mm headphones with flat cable, so to help with non-tangle sort of situation. And then if we come to the device itself, we can see you've got the white back cover here, and then we've got the 4.3-inch screen on the front. Initial impressions are quite nice. I like the rounded sort of edges we've got here. Much more acute angles to the corners of the device in comparison to the likes of the HTC One X. The One SV is a bit of a cross between the sort of Desire X and the One S sort of model. So on the back here we've got the camera, we've got the white back cover. It's just a smooth surface on here. We've got the HTC logo embossed on here. We've got 4G LTE made nice and clearly here. We've got the loudspeaker and we've got the Beats audio. On the bottom we've got a microphone and the micro USB connector. Coming up round the side we've got the volume rocker keys. Round to the top we've then got the power button, the microphone and the 3.5mm headphone jack. Completely flush on this side of the device. On the front we've got quite a glossy finish around here, quite a lot of real estate at the top and bottom of the display. Got the 4.3-inch screen just here, but you've got the back, home and running apps key here. You've got the HTC logo and then the earpiece, the front facing camera and a couple of sort of sensors up there as well. So we're going to get this device powered on and give you a tour around it. So the device is just powering up, but as that's doing so, just want to show you how to remove the back cover. It's not particularly obvious, there's no sort of recess, but what you have to do is sort of get your nail under the back cover here and really pull quite firmly to pull off the back cover. And as you can see, we've got some gold connectors there that must be for the phone antenna or potentially to do with the NFC that's built in here. But under the hood you've got an 1800 milliamp hour battery which is removable. We've got the micro SIM card slot and we've got a micro SD card slot, and then we just pop the cover back on like so. It's actually a really nice fit. The device is actually fairly slim as well. The dimensions of this device are 128 by 66.9 by 9.2 millimeters, and it weighs in at 122 grams, so it's quite light. 24-month warranty on here as well. Let's quickly skip through the setup. So this is running Android version 4 out of the box, and you can actually see it's quite a gloss finish to the screen. We're under a bright light here, so that doesn't particularly help. So we get the tips that you'd come to expect on an HTC device, but you've got your home screens that you can scroll through. You've got your helicopter view where you can pinch and zoom into screens. You can press and hold on the screen to add widgets, applications or shortcuts. You've got your menu structure here, and you can see we've got 7 digital installed, we've got Google Chrome, we've got a car mode, we've got Facebook pre-installed, we've got Dropbox installed as well, we've got flashlight, FM radio, got the gallery, Google Plus. We've also got the stock internet browser, but it's nice to see Google Chrome on here, which is the preferred browser for many. Got navigation, got mirror and movie editor on here, maps, PDF viewer, Google Music and Play Store. We've got Polaris Office. We've got our options in here to personalize the device, so from the scene modes that you see at the home screens, or we've got the wallpapers. You can lock screen wallpaper and much more, as well as sounds from the ringtone to your alarm tone. Sound horn is installed on here as standard, and then you've got things like Gtalk, Twitter, YouTube, all on here as you'd come to expect. You've got options here to actually search through your apps, so I can refine by typing in. Not very good input there, but there we go. Can refine. I can close the search down. I can go straight into the Play Store. Now we haven't linked up a Google account, but of course you can do that. You can sort your apps through here, through editing tabs to sharing them as well, which is quite useful if you want to share particular apps that you like. Now, because this is the latest version of Android, to get through to the settings you have to go through here. Of course you can add this as a shortcut to the home screen, but let's just go about the device and we can see software information. So it's running Android version 4.0.4 and HTC Sense version 4.1. Now this has got 8 gig of internal storage, but some of that's going to be taken up with the install. So you've got 1.1 gig there of internal storage plus phone storage of 3.79 gig, which is actually available. So in total, the way it's been split down is you've got 1 gig here in internal storage, and then you've got phone storage of 3.79 gig. So you've got somewhere in the region of 5 gigs, so about 3 gigs been taken up with the install of Android. So we're now connected up to the Wi-Fi that we have here. We haven't got a SIM card inserted, but if we did, and if we were on a network that had the facility, we could be getting 4G on this device. Now of course in the UK at the moment it's only EE that you can use for 4G, but in future if Vodafone, O2 bring out 4G, this device is capable. It's built in from the box like the iPhone 5. So I'm just going to go into Google Chrome as the web browser and go to a website and show you what it looks like. Okay, so we're at the Clove website here, we're at the mobile site, but I can go through to the desktop view and I can view it like I would on a desktop computer. Now running on Google Chrome, I can pinch and zoom in like so. I can double tap and scroll around the screen, go on the HTC One SV itself here. I can orient into landscape mode as well, and flick through the page like so. It's just loading a little bit there as well. So we can then go and show you, say, YouTube. Now I haven't got an account hooked up here. What I'll do is I'll just find a quick video on here to show you. So that's the volume there, up at full volume as well.
2013, absolutely crazy. I cannot believe the last day of 2012, guys.
So it's actually quite loud. It's not as loud as some phones, and the sound quality wasn't too bad. It didn't sound too tinny like some speakers can on smartphones. True test will be when we come to do a full review of this, but initial impressions are okay so far with that. So as I mentioned before, we've got the likes of Polaris Office on here for your office documents. What I will now go and show you is the camera. That's a 5 megapixel camera, and we've got no dedicated actual camera key on this device, so you do have to use the touch screen. But because you've got image sense, you've got the 2 shutter buttons here. You've got one for stills and one for video, so you can be recording video in 1080p HD and taking still images at the same time, or alternatively you can just take still images like so. Now you've got zoom controls here as well, so you can press on the screen or you can glide like so. Got a whole multitude of different setting options here, from the image resolution and video quality to ISO to white balance. If you've seen an Android device, you'll sort of get used to the settings you've got available. You've got flash control settings, and then you've got different photo or video modes. We've also got different effects on here as well, so you can get depth of field, mono, vintage, just to give you different effects on the camera shots that you take, and make it a little bit more personal to yourself. Now, just from the first few minutes that I've had my hands on here, it just feels really slim in the hand and actually quite comfortable. It's easy to say that about devices, but it does. It feels sort of like a nice size for an actual phone, not too big, not too small, nice responsive screen. Now we'll come back to this device in our full review, but for now, thanks for watching.